Hi there folks, and welcome to another Mr. Wed webcast. My name's Marc Ratcliffe. In this edition we talk about mentoring. Has somebody asked you to be their mentor and you have no idea where to start? In this webcast we'll examine what mentoring is, and I'll provide some specific keys to success when structuring the process. Now, mentoring has its origins in ancient Greek mythology. Mentor was the trusted friend of King Odysseus, who put Mentor in charge of his son Telemachus when Odysseus headed out to the Trojan Wars. Now, Mentor was a guide and an advisor to Telemachus, and that's generally how we understand mentoring today, to be a guide, to be that trusted advisor. If we fast forward a few thousand years, during the Middle Ages, we became quite familiar with the concept of master and apprentice, which is just another form of mentoring. And in popular culture, we are also familiar with the idea of the sage, the experienced person that's bringing their new charge through to become the next master. So how do we get this right? What's the blueprint for success? First of all, we need to determine the objectives. Be very, very clear what the target is. Next, we have to agree on the measurement. How are we going to prove that we got to the right destination? Next, we create the structure. And for the most part, this structure is contained in our individual development plans. Now let's have a closer look at what's really happening. When it comes to mentoring, we first start off by looking at the actual performance versus the desired performance of the participant. And then we track their baseline. So if there's no mentoring whatsoever, this is kind of how their performance is going to go. So we'll use mentoring as a way of improving that performance over time, but you need to have those checkpoints. You need to add that extra bit of knowledge, technical support, experience, etc. to help them to get closer and closer to that desired performance. Now, realistically, it doesn't go as perfect as we plan, and there'll be ups and downs and ebbs and flows. The key thing is having those checkpoints to make sure we stay on track. It's a little bit like climbing Everest. You start off thinking about what training you need, what resources you need to have, how the weather is, what the environment's like, and then you make your assault. But you still wait at different points to check in to make sure that things are still on track. And if you need to add anything along the way, you've got time to plan for it. Another analogy is that the mentor is like the sun, and the mentees are the planets revolving around the sun. Some will need warmth more frequently than others, and their rotation will come a lot quicker, whereas some more experienced mentees might not need to circle around quite as frequently. So what sort of relationship is needed? This will be different for every mentee. Perhaps you might provide professional advice. Maybe it's resources they require. Maybe it's the networks, the different people that you can connect them to make sure that they're thinking and growing and moving forward on their journey. Maybe they need that technical support, that technical development to improve their skills. Or perhaps they require personal support or counseling. It's important to consider both deliberate and organic connections. So make the time to put a plan together, put a schedule of meetings, record the minutes, and have clear actions and follow-ups. This doesn't stop you from connecting at other times to see how they're going though. Well, that wraps up our overview of the mentoring process. Hopefully you've got some new ideas about how to structure your programs more effectively. If you've got any questions about this and any other training and assessment topics, check us out at www.mrwed.edu.au. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.